What's up, guys? And it looks like you guys pretty much unanimously voted for Ikaris to be reviewed next, and so here he is. And to be honest, I wanted to open him next, so I'm glad you guys picked him. Plus, he'll go great with Cersei here, which if you missed her review, you can check that out right up here, or in the link below. And of course, I'll go and put up another poll so you can vote for the remaining figures to see who gets reviewed next. And with that said, let's go and get this review started. Starting with the box, we get the usual Marvel Legends, and then the glam shots on the side is the same on the back, which is actually pretty good when it comes to likeness to Richard Madden, so definitely like that. The suit drawing is pretty awesome as well. Definitely great art. And here is the wording if you want to read that in multiple languages. And then the other figures, still looking for Sprite and Druid, and of course the all-important UPC. And there he is, guys, Ikaris, or as some may call him, Rich Ikaris Madden. Now I actually gave him a quick rinse down because he had that kind of clammy, slimy mold release feel that Cersei also had, and it's kind of odd because it's a very unique type of ickiness, I guess you could say, no pun intended. I'm kind of wondering how they stored these or where they stored them, because also the joints have this strange looseness to it. Like it still holds its shape, but I mean, when you get these figures, you guys will have to let me know. Like, there's this strange looseness, yet still holds its shapedness to the joints. I feel like they just stored them in a very hot place, humid. I don't know. They don't have a smell to them, so I don't know where they stored them during the movie delay. But regardless, he's an awesome figure, so let's go and take a closer look. Starting with the head, I think the likeness to Rich Ikaris Madden is actually pretty good. I think the sculpt is there. The only thing is the eye paint might, benefit from a little bit better, more print tech, I guess you could say, and it would just look spot on at that point. The hair is pretty awesome though. It's got that nice kind of wind in your face waviness going on to it, and just overall looks pretty good. And it's glued on nice and properly aligned itness. And moving into the suit here, I'm really digging the gold and blue. Just in general, I've always liked gold and blue because it's an old kind of regal color. They like to use it in royalty a lot. In fact, one of my old watches here, this Invicta, has that nice gold and blue color scheme as well. This is made to look like a Rolex, except way cheaper. So yeah, gold and blue is kind of a fitting color for a dude who aspires to take over the Avengers, It's kind of like a king taking over the Avengers. Sorry, Iron Man. Or actually Captain America? Or actually, was it both? Who was the leader of the Avengers, actually? But anywho, getting back to the figure, the sculpt and the color just pop and look absolutely amazing. The gold that they use is a higher quality gold that actually has a shimmer to it, not like the Power Rangers Lightning Goldar, which was just a bleh. Back looks awesome as well. Love the designs. And if you look very closely, the blue is actually the color of the plastic, but as you can see, there's a matte portion and then a gloss portion, so it looks like they just put kind of gloss paint over it, but still, it really just makes it pop. You have that mixture of matte and gloss. It's just, whew, they really did a great job on the suit, and it just looks fantastic. Oh, I love this color. And of course, the same goes for the arm detail as well. Love the little small details here, kind of like the feathery armband or whatever that you might see on Judge Dredd or something like that. And you also still get that matte mixed with the gloss that just looks so great. It really pops. I really can't get over how gorgeous the blue is that they used, and the gold, the combination is just whew. And just look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. And then moving into the legs, we get a little bit less gold, but still nice line sculpting there, as you can see. Not much on the inside of the legs there, so there's nothing being covered really by his loincloth, which is good. Now what's kind of interesting is if you look at his boots, if you look closely, there's actually a two-tone color, and that's because this bottom portion of the boot is actually a separate piece that is glued on, and it's more obvious on this side because they kind of botched the glue job and there's some glue left over, so that's a bummer, but that's how they did that, in case you were wondering. Got a nice gold strip there to attempt to hide the seam, but it didn't work out when there's glue there. Then there's these shoey boots, and then the bottom with Lego Jumbo. And for his articulation, I should stop. Anyways, his head rotates in the usual circle and has some side to side there, and he can kind of turn at an angle as well and look that far up and that far down because he has that newer style head joint there. Arm rotates in the circle, shoulder joint goes up that much, bicep swivel goes that much, double jointed elbow goes that far, and then of course he has the spinning hand with the jointer And the waist spins in a circle and has some nice clicks to it, as you can see, so it'll hold its shape. And he goes about that far to that side, that far to that. Actually, that's more on that side. I wonder if, oh, there we go. Much more on that side. Then he goes that far back and that far forward. And yes, there is still detail inside the joint, even though he's articulated, so that is good as well. Big hole though if you move them just right. And as for his legs, they go that far forward and that far back because of the nice slits that are on both sides. And because of those slits, he actually has some really good splits, more so than the usual Legends, which is kind of interesting. Probably because of this loincloth covered it, so they probably cleared up a bunch of this top area that gives him more split room compared to other Legends. His Grey Widow, in case you're wondering what I was talking about, as you can see, since there's no loincloth, they brought the waist down further to make the sculpt look good, but it comes at the cost of garbage splits, so it's a trade-off. And of course he has the usual Legends thigh swivel, the double jointed knee, and the foot that goes that far forward, that far back, and spins. And for accessories, he comes with 2 open hands here, which is great. I always like when they have open hands because fists are just cliche and boring, honestly. And then you get the head sculpt with the cosmic energy eye beams, which is so cool looking. Well, more like a charge up. I mean, it would have been awesome if it came with the beams like the SH Figure Arts version, but I'm sure that would have increased the cost and probably reduced the quality of the paint job because, you know, they got to cost these figures out. So I think I'd rather have the good paint job than the long laser lights, but this is still just really cool looking. And of course, switching it out is as easy as popping his head off, which actually comes off really easy. Like I said, these joints have this strange looseness to them, yet they still hold their place when you move them, you know what I mean? They don't fall over. But anyways, that's what he looks like with his eye beams there, and just, man, look at that. That is an awesome effect. I really like it. I feel like they probably have done this before for a different figure, but I can't think of it right now, and this just looks cool. Although, just as a heads up, these are glued in pretty solidly, so you will have to break the glue if you want to get these off and stick something else in, so that's just something to be aware of. And Ikaris from the trailer does kind of give off that Superman vibe here, so we'll go and take this McFarlane Superman here and use his stand and see if we can make him look more like Superman. Alright, there we go there, and I think that looks pretty awesome. I think that's a great way to display him. Kind of doing his eye beam there. Man, you might have to get the SH Figure Arts just to get that awesome eye beam effect. Unless, of course, I'm sure some of you guys will have that effect. You can just stick that on there, glue it on or whatnot, but it looks pretty awesome. Actually, you know what? I think this actually looks a lot better. How's that look? He's looking down, it's like, bzz. Oh my god, he's zapping Superman. Wow, look at that. Okay, now that is how you do it. That looks good there. If you see what I did there, I actually did, focus. Okay, there we go. Focusing. Actually kind of just put this little thing sideways there, and then I clamped it onto just that leg. I kind of bent his leg there. Use this leg to kind of cover some of the stand, and it looks really great from the side view there. And from the front, it's still not too bad. You see that stand there a little bit, but that's just an awesome display. Okay, I think I might leave it like that. And as for some comparisons, here he is next to the McFarlane Snyder Cut Superman, as well as the Legends Red Hulk, Surtur, and Infinity Saga Thanatos. He looks really small next to him. Here he is next to some Marvel Legends fam. Here he is next to the love of his eternal life, Cersei. And finally, here he is next to movie ticket money. Plus tax. Well guys, overall this is one Ikarisly good figure. Wait, I don't think that pun works. Anyways, the sculpt is great, the likeness to Richard Madden is actually pretty good, and the suit just, the paint, the sculpt, everything is just great. Definitely got a winning figure right here. You know, it's funny, in the promo shots for them, they actually look really good, but in person, you can really see just how great the paint job is. They definitely spent a lot of money on these figures, making them. And with that said, I still have 3 more to review, possibly more when I find them, so make sure to go into the voting polls or in the comments to let me know who you want to see reviewed next. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.